What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. More legacy ticket duels. And in terms of legacy ticket duels, as part of a mini game challenge, Aquaactress Penguins are going to steal the show in terms of performing a nice setup. Now, when it comes to matches, as I'm going to experiment with this Genesys deck edition of Aquaactress Penguins, as you guys can see, no links. And furthermore, in case if I miss out the extra deck cards in terms of zone placements, let me know what types of mistakes I made in the comments below, just in case if I happen to fumble up. But obviously, when it comes to Genesys decks in general, like literally 99.99% of the time, there's literally no mistakes whenever I summon something out of the extra deck to the main zone, basically. Otherwise, Genesys of Aquaactress Penguins, for today's show, when this video goes up, you got the Penguin Mirror, World Chalice, a burn deck, normal pendulum, and a Karibo deck. And with that being said, let us start the show. For the first matchup with this hand, I'd say Penguin Lines can do this with ease. But first, Moria Greed, return Arowana and Soldiers, and we drew into Squire, Nightmare, and Ninja. Royal Garden, getting the Great Emperor. Royal Garden, reveal the Great Emperor, make it 4, and I believe it's what? Discard, send? Discard, okay. And then discarding the Nightmare Penguin. And because of a level modulation of Great Emperor Penguin becomes a 4, free real set, Penguin Squire, free special, no level modulate because we are actually going to keep the Squire in the same level for the sake of the Great Emperor Penguin flipped up. Tribute E-Telly for 2, being no Penguin and Puny. Synchro into Penguin Brave. Get the Soldiers to face down and pass. I love how my opponent legit just summoned out Water Statue when I'm legitimately playing Penguin Aquaactress. So, essentially, the Water Statue literally did nothing. And then the Penguin Mirror scoops. In this next quick matchup with this hand, I say this is absolutely a perfect start. Aquarium set so that Waters in general gain 300 stats and Aquaactress gains 300 stats. So basically, one Aquaactress monster, due to the fact that it's a water and Aquaactress name, Aquaactress archetype gain the extra total of 600 basically. Set Royal Garden for Squire. Set the Tetra. Squire special, no level change. Flip of Tetra. Penguin Brave. Brave. E-Telly the Soldiers face down and pass. Lightning Vortex in 2025. Let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think the people in the back heard me. Lightning Vortex in 2025. Normal spell, not once per turn as an old card. Discard one card. Kill all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Discarding the Codebreaker 0 Day. Level 4 Dark Warrior, 1800 attack, no defense. All link monsters pointing to this card loses 1000 attack except Codebreaker link monsters. If a Codebreaker link monsters, more than one, on the field gets killed by battle or card effect, while this card is on the field, kill this card. And then, once this card gets killed by battle or card effect, you can add one Codebreaker 0 Day from deck to hand. Kill off the Squire. Enchanting Fitting Room. Normal spell as an old card. Also, Enchanting Fitting Room in 2025. You gotta love seeing super old school stuff. Pay 800 life, excavate the top 4 cards, and special summon all excavated level 3 or lower normals. After that, shuffle the rest back. Pay 800, Jerry Beans Man. Just Jerry Beans Man. Special it. Jerry Beans Man for Link Spider. Link Spider. Special the Hunter Dragon. Hunter Dragon for Imduck. Imduck with the extra normal of Crowned by the World Chalice makes sense about what my opponent is on. Stats remain the same due to set gaining the extra stats, making the defensive soldiers become even. As a result, soldiers bounce back to 2 links. And then World Chalice scoops. And this next matchup, with his hand going second, I'd say this is decent enough. Messenger of Peace. The majority of the monsters are really small anyway, so no issue. Darkroom of Nightmare. Cauldron. Tremendous Fire. Darkroom with more damage. 2 times on a Tremendous Fire and 2 times on a Dark Room. Take damage off from Cauldron and Dark Room once again. So, 7k to my 4800. Real normal Aquaactress Guppy, who has the ability to solve once per turn, free special 1 Aquaactress monster from your hand. Special Tetra. Tetra getting set, boosting the Aquaactress, and of course, we are under Messenger of Peace because it's small anyway. 4800 to both players, and 1 Cauldron counter. So technically, it's a total of 2 Cauldron counters. Set 1 and pass. 4800 to my 3900 life. Tetra getting lighting, Guppy, special summon Aquaactress Arowana, who has the ability to add one Aquaactress monster from your deck to your hand, and that is a soft once per turn, assuming if I would have run multiple copies. Arowana, search, ring, 2,000 damage to us, getting Tetra, take even more damage. Royal Garden for Squire, set puny, Squire special, flip up, Guppy at 12, Tetra 900, Ravenous Crop Dragon, Archetypes, puny, Ravenous, draw to 3, Reborn Squire, set, stage on board, and then Ravenous Crop Dragon, discard the 2, kill off Cauldron so that the burn cannot go any further. 5 Rainbow Magician, simplified game state. And this next matchup with his hand, we are about to have the Aquarium Trinity. Well, technically double. Stage and lighting, set Tetra, and Squire, level modulate, Mallet, fix the 2, lightning vortex, discarding Samurai Cavalry, a Reptier, Master Pendulum, Kuro Obi, Karate Spirit, level 5, scale of 9, as a Warrior Pendulum Spirit, 2400 attack, 1000 defense. A Monarch Spirit, based. Scale effect. If a monster's more than one is Pendulum Shoken, kit this card back from your scale to your hand. When this card is normal summon, you can send to the graveyard all spell traps your opponent controls in the same column as the cards in your pendulum scales. PS1 being Lance Ferencis. Lighting, doubles up, not dying due to stage, and pass. Tetra getting set. Now this is the Aquarium Trinity. PS1, Sky Dracoons, Draconia, and then tribute summon the Karate Spirit. And good thing we didn't have any spells and traps that are in the pendulum scales. Exige Shoken into Tiras. And Tiras, as an old card, rank 5, light fairy Exige that takes 2 level 5s in general to make them. 2600 attack, 1700 defense. This card's effects can only be apply or resolve while as material. The case is, can't be killed by card effects. At the end of the battle, if this card attacked or was attacked, target one card your opponent controls, kill it, and the only time the detach comes up is during each of your end phases as a mandatory effect. Ninja, Return Master, Tiras Kill Stage, Stage for Squire, and pass. Oh, and Tiras Detach. Now pass back. Synchro, Ravenous Crop Dragon, Draw the 2. Cloud Dragon over Terrace. Royal Gardens for Squire. Simplified Game State. Lightning Vortex. Simplified Game State. Real Normal Samurai Cavalry. Catastrophe Effect, kill off no penguin. Simplified Game State. And last but not least, with this hand, I'd say hit and miss. Set the Guppy, Squire, free special, level modulate, flip up Guppy, synchro into Penguin Brave, E-Telly the soldiers face down, and 1 set. Lullaby of Obedience. Pay 2,000, declare 1 monster card name. Your opponent looks at their deck and reveals one of the declared monsters, then, if there is any, and chooses one of the effects to be applied. The declared monster is added to the hand, or the player who activated this card special summons the declared monster to their field in a tap position, ignoring the summoning conditions. Calling on Great Emperor, and I rather have it in hand, so there's no way my opponent outright plays the mirror. Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. Take 1 Kuriboh or Wing Kuriboh from your deck and either add it to the hand or special it. So it's Rhoda or E-Telly a Kuriboh. OG Kuriboh. Tribute summons the Great Emperor Penguin of Mine. Oh no, you're not playing penguins with me, buddy, because if I know full well about penguins, it's literally Great Emperor specifically. He E-Tellies for 2, and I decided to shotgun the Aqua story right away so that the Great Emperor cannot go any further. Maybe that's why he wanted my Great Emperor. For the sake of 5-star Twilight. Hard once on the activation. As a normal spell, if the only monster you control is 1 level 5 monster, tribute that. Special summon 5 monsters in terms of Kuriba, Kuribi, Kuribu, Kuribe, and Kuriboh from hand, deck, and or graveyard, but they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. So, first things first on the whole squad. The whole squad of Kuribohs comprised of level 1 Dark Fiend, 300 attack, 200 defense. The OG Kuriboh, we know what's up with the OG Kuriboh. During damage calc, if your opponent's monster attacks as a quick effect, you can discard this. You take no battle damage from that battle. Kuriba. When this card or another Kuriboh gets killed by battle that you control, you can special one monster with 300 attack, 200 defense from your deck that isn't Kariba. Hard once on Kariba's effect. I see. So this is the one that gets to the merging. Kariba is the one who does the merge. You contribute this along with Karibi, Karibu, Karibe, and Karibo from your hand and or field to special one Babylon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And because Babylon is being mentioned, level 5, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. Gains 300 attack and defense, 300 stats for each Karibo monster you control and in your graveyard. Nice. One effect per turn and only once that turn, so one effect or the other, can't do both. If you have more monsters in your graveyard than your opponent, you can free special this from your hand. During your main or battle phase, you can kit this back to the hand, and if you do, special summon 5 monsters. Okay, so Babylon does the split of Kariba, Karibi, Karibu, Karibe, and Karibo from your hand and or graveyard in attack position. So let's see, Karibo and Kariba, we cover those. Karibi. When this card or another Karibo monster you control gets killed by battle, you can add one spell trap from deck to hand that lists Karibo in its text. Hard once on the effect. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you control another Karibo monster, you can change the attack of all other monsters you control to 0 until the end of this turn, and if you do, negate the attack. Karibu. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard this, add one Karibo monster from deck to hand that isn't Karibu. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can discard one trap, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 1500 attack until the end of this turn. Karibe. As a quick effect, you can discard this, target one Karibo monster you control. It gains 1500 attack. Wow. You contribute this, and when each of Kariba, Karibi, Karibu, and Karibo from your hand and or field, add one Kari Bandit from deck or graveyard to your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Fiend from your hand. Interesting take on the Karibo stuff. So 5-star Twilight, tribute my great emperor. Gather the whole Karibo squad. Kariba, tribute all of them. Brave, flip up soldiers for Babylon. Soldiers, kick it right back. More monsters. 6 to my 3, so free special. Set. That did not go as planned when Babylon attacks the Brave. Set. Squire. Level modulate. Squire, flip up soldiers. Put it back. Synchro into another Brave. Brave for puny this time. Threatening Roar, can't attack. Cool. Draw a Fate. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, it is, and your opponent controls a monster with the highest attack, obviously Brave, reveal 3 cards with different names from your deck, place them on top of your deck in random order, then draw one card. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot set spell traps. Also, you can only activate one more card or effect. Hard once on the activation of Draw of Fate. Alright, let's see what this Draw of Fate leads to. 1 day apiece. Each player draws one, and no one takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. Cyber Jar. We know what's up with Cyber Jar. Swords of Revealing Light. We know what's up with Swords of Revealing Light. So, 1 day apiece, Cyber Jar, and Swords of Revealing Light. What's the top deck? Top deck Swords of Revealing Light. Flip up Puny, and because Puny's flipped, once it hits the graveyard, it's Reborn and Penguin face down. That isn't Puny. No Penguin and Ninja. Royal Gardens, No Penguin and Aqua Story. Royal Garden getting Squire. Set the No Penguin. Squire free special. Flip up No Penguin. Ravenous Crowd Dragon. Puny for soldiers. No Penguin. And I forgot to draw cards off from Ravenous Crowd Dragon, but I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to trip about it. Set and pass. Ah, yes. The honorary water monster of Fenrir. 1400 attack, 1200 defense. As a level 4 water beast. The only way to special, and no other ways, is to banish 2 waters from your grave, and then, when this card kills an opponent's monster by battle, your opponent skips his/her next draw phase. Flip up soldiers. Normally, these monsters go back to the hand, however, no penguin exists. If a card will be returned from the field to the hand just because of a penguin card, banish it instead. In other words, it's Macrocosmos for penguins. Cyber Jar and Kariba banished. Crowd Dragon, kill off swords. 250 points. 1 day apiece, no further damages, as we both drew a card. Back to damages we go. Swords of Revealing Light once again. Card destruction. Kree Babylon and Kree Boo discarded, while my hand were 2 penguins. Drawn into Tetra and Stage. Yujo Friendship. Now, to be specific about this card, when it comes to Yujo Friendship, offer your opponent a handshake. If they accept, each player's life become half the combined life points of both players. If you have Unity in your hand and show it to your opponent, they must accept the handshake. Now, to my audience out there, if you guys are going to wonder what is my decision about the Yujo Friendship, I actually offered the handshake to my opponent because I want to get to know more cards in terms of the legacy tickets throughout this whole entire battle as much as we can. So as a result, I actually accepted the handshake as we pain split to 36.75 and 1 set. Croco Dragon, Scar 2, kill off Karibe. Draw, pass. Draw, set a back row, and pass. Draw, and pass. Draw. Level limit area B, change all face up level 4 or higher monsters to defense. Croco Dragon and Brave to defense. Moria Greed, no Penguin, Arowana returned. We drew the same Arowana, Penguin Ninja, and Penguin Sword. Set, Sword's gone. Magical Hound, level 1 Earth Machine Tuner, 500 attack, 800 defense. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell trap your opponent controls, kick it back to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. Actually, thank you. I'll be more than happy to use my Royal Gardens for next turn. Also, you can only use this effect one time only, as in once per duel. And the fact that Magical Hound is actually an Earth monster, well, inspired by Mechanical Hound, being a level 1 Earth tuner, to be specific, is huge. Kick it back, free special, and pass. Cloud Dragon, kill off Magical Hound, now it's a pass. Penguin Ninja, and again, no Penguin exists, so Multiply and Level Limit Area B are both banished, and that's game over. Now, as for the deck list, if you guys are curious about Aquaactress Penguins, and keep in mind, this list is the Genesys Penguin Aquaactress. And as I did the entire research of the whole entire Penguin Aquaactress in terms of main and extra, the whole entire deck list, each and every single one of these cards, at the time this video goes up, it is all worth 0 points. For the Aquaactress, 3 Tetra, 3 Guppy, 1 Arowana, Aquarium Stage, Aquarium Set, Aquarium Lighting, and 3 Aqua Story Urashima. For the Penguins, 3 Puny, 3 Soldiers, 2 Ninja, 2 No Penguins, Penguin Cleric, 3 Nightmare Penguin, 1 Great Emperor, 3 Squire, 3 Royal Garden, and 1 Penguin Sword. As for the honorary water cards, Aqua Spirit, Fenrir, 3 Moria Greed, and the spicy tech trap I opted to put in would be the 2 Mystical Red panels. The idea with this is, if I was to expect to go against the water matches in general, if I see Moria Greed, this is where Mystical Red panel is going to have a chance to shine in terms of them not getting the draw power, but I do gain the advantage, which is huge. Otherwise, if I go against burn decks, if my opponent were to play a spell card where I would end up taking the damage, Mystical Red Panel is going to backfire them so that they will take the damage instead of me. Now, extra deck. Sea Dragon Lord Gishinodon. If you're wondering about this card, about how to make it to be specific, if you have the Squire and Garden up, Penguin Squire is going to do the level modulation, minusing the 2 levels, and then Royal Penguin's Garden is going to level modulate downwards by 1 even further, making Penguin Squire to become a level 2, along with any level 3 monster in terms of a non-tuner, just to make up Sea Dragon Lord Gishionnodon. 3 Penguin Brave, Ravenous Crocodile Dragon Archthys, 40XZ, Acid Golem, Royal Rare by the way, Triedge Levia, 3 Ivagishki Merogeist, number 19 Freezadon. If you're wondering about Freezadon, in theory, if you have the Sea Dragon Lord along with any other level 5, you can just literally make up Freezadon so that he does the detaching instead of any of your other XZs. 2 Stealth Kragans, the OGs, and then 2 Stealth Kragan Spawn. And this has been James Polk with the Genesys deck list of Aquaactress Penguins. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell so you can keep on constantly tuning in, and catch you all next time.